Well, I'm on the main floor right now. I was just heading up to the loft area to do some work, and I noticed something moving outside. There's a deer out there. That's one of the driveways going down where that deer is at right there. But today's chore is working on wiring up in the loft area. Join in with me and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Hey guys, one bad thing about doing electrical work when you have to start and stop. I was up here, actually it's been probably 3 weeks ago last time I worked up here, and I'm starting to work on a circuit for some outlets here and down this wall. I know I was going to start this a new circuit from this one over here, been a separate circuit that actually connects in over here. But I've got a wire run down here that heads over to the power source. It goes up and over. I don't have that one numbered yet, so I got to find out where that wire is in the box. Is it connected into a breaker yet, or is it not connected into a breaker in that box over there? I got to figure that all out before I can start again this morning, but I got to leave myself better tracks next time. I see our friend is still hanging around down there. Oh, I love the wildlife around here. But time for me to get busy. Now I got to pop a hole here and a hole here. This yellow 12 gauge wire is the one that goes over and feeds the outlet on the west side of that dormer and on down the other end there. So it will be feeding from this side of this dormer here all the way down and up into this area here. Probably actually all the way across here. Now I have another circuit that'll feed this side here, including those two dormers, and then those will be 12 gauge circuits. One of them will feed a ceiling fan or two, and then we'll have some 14 gauge wires to feed on a different circuit for lighting, other than that temporary string of lights hanging up there right now. This lighting up here is terrible. Need to get a good electrician up here, give me some lights so I can work. Okay guys, I got the wire pulled up into the box here for those outlets down there. And got this ground wire bent to where it'll go into that bar, but I'm gonna have to shut the power off up here for a minute. And so I can get the white wire also bent to go into this bar here, and the black wire bent to go into this breaker here. It's going to go up here, and I don't want to be sticking my fingers in there around there with the juice turned on up here. So I'm going to shut some lights off. Probably end up not recording all of it because you won't be able to see very good. But yeah, let me go ahead and Power's off up here now. I got a cordless light down here, which helps some. And got a light on my head I can use too. Let's get a couple things hooked in there. Yeah, that one's in there good. Now, let's get this white one where it's going to go. I don't know if you guys can see what I do here, but a friend of mine showed me this quite a long time ago when we had our house over on Pine Lake. We lived there for 30 years. Whoops, my cordless light just went out. But I like to leave a little extra wire in the box in case you ever have to change something out. So if you look here, these white wires come up, back down, and then into this bar here. Your round wires come up, over into that bar there, so you have some extra wire to play with. And then the black ones will come up beyond where they have to go, back down and then into a breaker, so you also have some extra wire there. So if anything ever happens where sometimes you get a fault here and it burns the end of the wire, you have extra wire without having to pull a new wire. That's the way I do it. I am not a professional electrician, but I do know enough to shut the box off when I'm sticking my fingers in there. Okay, I'll get back at it. I don't know why my cordless light went out, but there it is. Not very bright right now, is it? Okay guys, I turned the power back on temporarily. I'm going to go down here and check and make sure we've got light down, or not light, but make sure we have juice down here to the outlet. Get my little tester here. Now it should give us juice right here. And it does not. Okay, why not? Well, that wasn't supposed to happen like that. Let's see. Oh, I see. That one goes across. This is the one here that comes down. So it's this one over here. It should have juice now. Let's see if this one has juice. Yes. Okay. Scared myself for a minute there. Okay. I already popped this other metal piece out of here, so it should be ready to go on there. I'm not going to hook these in there just yet. The two lighting, these are 14 gauge lighting circuits. I'm going to wait. I'm going to work on that down there right now before I sort these out. Like I said, it's been 3 weeks since I worked on them, and I got to kind of sort through what goes where. But I do have light, or I do have power to that outlet box down there, which will let me also get, we're going to use the 12 gauge wire to also run a ceiling fan down there, so that'll be a ceiling light to use temporarily. Gives a little more working light down there. At least one of them's turning in nice and easy. I don't need to tighten them super tight because I'll be pulling the cover off again to work on these two 14 gauge wires. Maybe later today, who knows. Part of me thinks I should still be cutting more firewood today. I know I need more before winter time, but the temperature's not too bad out there today. It's a little cooler. And this loft area gets so hot when the sun's shining on the black shingles up here. So today is one of the more comfortable days to do work up here. There, okay. Now I need to write northwest. That is breaker number 6. Up here I have to write northwest outlets. That's north, that's west. I don't know if I have a pencil on me right now. I don't believe I do, but I better go get one so I can keep track. In case I get pulled off to do something else again before I get things finished up here, which is bound to happen. Let's see. North, west, outlets. There, number 6, northwest outlets. Cool. Now we can go down there and stick a couple outlets in some of the holes down there so I don't have to string cords everywhere I go. Maybe I can get a couple more lights plugged in down there eventually. Okay guys, this box down here is the first stop right there. First stop on that wire coming out of that breaker box up here on the loft level that we just put in. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick me an outlet in here. I got power shut off to it. I just went back over there and shut it off and double checked here and everything. So power's off here. And I can get this one hooked up and make my way down this wall over here. And what I'll do is tie the wires together in all the boxes and maybe put one outlet in here somewhere and one way down there somewhere, so I don't have to have all the outlets in now because they're a pain in the butt to work around when you're drywalling, but it'll be easy for plugging something in if we need something plugged in. Okay guys, before anybody says anything about me wrestling with these wires here, trying to get them stripped on the end, I made a mistake of cutting a hot wire with these pliers one time by accident. I thought I had it shut off and I didn't, so it's got a little burnt spot in here on the knife edge of it. Makes it not always want to come together all the way, so it doesn't want to pinch the wire good. So I got to kind of monkey with it a little bit while I'm trying to strip to get, see there's a gap right there between the end there, and stick my thumbnail in there, more than a thumbnail, it's about a 1/16 of an inch gap there. Unless you pry them over a little bit, then they'll come together all the way and strip the wire good. So when I'm going like that, sometimes it's just kind of twisting it enough to where they'll, right there, they're not together good. And when you go back and forth with it, it twists it on the wire a little bit and lets them come all the way together tight there, so it'll strip the wires. That's why you see me going like that. Some people say, oh, you don't know what he's doing. Yeah, I just got a bad pair of pliers. I screwed up. I burnt the edge out of them. Haven't got a new one yet. Haven't really had the need to, so it is what it is. Whoops. Hang on to it. Okay, let's start out their ground here. Stay up there. That's an awful long wire there. I don't need that much on there. I don't know if most of you probably already know this, but when you're wrapping a wire around a screw like that, you want to go clockwise around the wire, because when you go to tighten it, it just pulls the wire in all the tighter. If If you wrap it the other way, you start tightening it, sometimes it'll push the wire right out from around it, and you will not get a good connection, but you won't realize it. So that's why you wrap the wire the same direction the screw turns. There's that one. Silver screws, white wires, yellow screws, black wires. I know electrical people already know that, but some people watching this don't. So in case somebody wants to do something at home for themselves instead of hiring an electrician to do it, just a little bit of information. Probably should have my glasses on. I think I left them over on the table. I don't need them for much anymore since my cataract surgery, but unfortunately they're still not perfect. So sometimes if the lighting's not real good or fine print, stuff like that, I still need them. Or I just need to get it out here a ways, you know. My dad used to say, I don't need glasses, I just need longer arms. We're good. Now. Come on. Yeah. Might have to get down to the store to replace these sometime. I just saw something down here. 22 long rifle shell. That's because little 22 over there in the case, and there's varmints out that window there every once in a while that chew on the wiring to our vehicles. So once in a while I get even with them.
Yeah, instead of going low, going high, going low, you know what I mean? all
Yeah,
in one
but
row.
here we can't walk through, so we can keep them low and short.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then up high to get over here.
Okay. I'll holler if I have any questions.
Okay.